Right, well, here we are at the Engineering Design Show, and with me right now is Steve Driver, who is the CEO of Jiva Materials. So, for any viewers who are unfamiliar with that brand, explain what you guys do.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, lovely to be back here at the EDS. So what does Jiva do? So Jiva are making biodegradable printed circuit board laminate. We're taking it a little bit further than that, but actually making biodegradable PCBs. And it's a company that's been around for 7 years now, and we are trying to change the way the waste and the end of life of printed circuit boards finish up. So that the moment they end up in landfill or incineration, our product allows them to be biodegraded and dissolves at the end of life.
And what brings you to this show? What are you hoping to achieve from your attendance at EDS?
So the attendance at EDS, we did the show last year, Jonathan, and it was a good show for us. The core competencies of our material starts at the design. So what we're trying to do with Soluboard is get it on the drawing, get it specified at the beginning. So we're keen to talk to designers. We had a successful show here last year. We co-exhibit with Studio 29.
Yep.
Studio 29 are our manufacturing partner. They assemble all the boards that we make, and they have a lot of contact with OEMs. So this is about OEM engagement and getting in the beginning of a product so that we can get them to specified.
Okay. Now, obviously, sustainability and the circular economy are at the core of your business. So how do you guys measure the sort of cost, performance, and sustainability of those materials? How's that achieved?
Okay, kind of a bunch of questions there. Yeah. So in terms of the sustainability aspect, that's our main driver for this invention. We give a 68% carbon reduction against the incumbent materials, predominantly FR4, glass fibre. When we get to scale, our carbon reduction will increase to 76%. So at the moment we are at sort of pre-scale. Our plans here are to let people know that we're about to scale. I'm giving a paper tomorrow to talk about from ideation to scale. But then we have the price issue. So there is no green premium for anybody. So we're very aware of that. And at scale, we'll be at parity with the incumbent materials. At the moment, of course, there's a cost. We're a small team, and we're doing small orders. But when we get to scale, we're at parity with FR4.
Okay. I'm looking on the table. I can see some printed circuit boards there, manufactured in Soluboard, I'm assuming.
Yep. So
can I have a look at those?
If you look at these, Jonathan,
yep,
they look very similar to an FR4 board.
Yep.
You may notice when you pick that up, it feels lighter.
Yes.
They're also less dense than there's a 38% weight saving when you use Soluboard, which obviously helps carbon reduction further in transport and also cost reductions in transport going further down the line.
Okay. So hopefully our camera on that view will be able to hone in on that. Yeah, beautiful.
So if you saw our boards in an assembly, you wouldn't see any difference from an FR4 board or a SEM1 or an FR2 board. They look the same and perform the same.
So in terms of sort of biggest news for the show, it's this move sort of from lab to scale to productionization.
Yeah, if we said biggest news for this, yes, I think that is the biggest news. But we've got other celebrations as well.
Okay.
We've been involved in some very, very big projects this year. We entered a technology challenge with Logitech, and we were the winner at Logitech. So Logitech now are giving us the opportunity to incorporate our material into computer peripherals. We also signed an MOU with a major ICT and information communication technology company in Taiwan this year.
Okay.
And that we hope will facilitate Jiva's material being incorporated in other computer peripherals. And we're also engaged in a technology challenge with Amazon. And Amazon and we've been shortlisted now into the final 4.
Right.
He's selected to have our product trialed in Amazon devices.
Yeah.
So there's lots of good news at Jiva at the moment, and a lot of hard work gone in to what we're doing. Jack Herring, our founder and the inventor of this product, he's been in America 4 times this year, working on this Amazon challenge. And we were both in Taiwan. So it's been a really, really busy year. And here, I do plan to talk tomorrow predominantly about how we move from what has been seen as a startup now to a scale up.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant. And so building on from that question, in terms of industry sectors, where do you see the sort of growth opportunities over, say, the next 24 months? What's going to be best for you, and what's happening in general?
It's a very good question, Oliver, because we're touching a lot of sectors. We're touching, as we've mentioned here, the ICT sector, the information communication technology sector, which seems to have lower barriers to entry. It's typically a low life expectancy product, so maybe 2 to 5 years people would keep their computer technology.
Yep.
And the lighting sector is also another interesting sector to us, where we're talking to a lot of companies in the lighting sector, but the approval and the validation process has taken a lot longer than we wanted to get you on that.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have the automotive sector. Then we're talking to many automotive companies, but that's a long burn. So that's going to be probably 4 years before we see our product in a car.
Right.
So all of those sectors, if I was to put my money on it, it would be the ICT sector.
Yep.
And single-use electronics, medical devices and computer peripherals. And that's where I think we're going to get our initial growth.
For companies that want to engage with you in this technology, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Obviously, LinkedIn.
Okay.
Look me up on LinkedIn. Look up Jack Herring on LinkedIn. Look up the team. Look up Jiva on LinkedIn. That's probably the best area.
Yeah.
We have a website. It's looking a bit tired because we're moving so fast at the moment, and pictures and images on the website don't necessarily represent what we're doing today. So website's good. Email good. steve.driver@jivamaterials.com.
Okay.
We have inquiries every week on Soluboard. We also launched a newsletter. People can subscribe to the newsletter. We have a newsletter called Jiva Jabba.
Yep.
We do it monthly. We're on issue 6 now.
Cool.
We're just about to do a consolidated version, a 6-month edition.
Right.
So Jiva Jabba is a really good source of information of where we are and what we're doing.
And I think we've put in a diary dates where hopefully we're going to come back down to your lab and see how it's turned into a production facility with new machinery installed, that sort of thing. What sort of kit have you put in recently?
So, yes, good point. We've so the lab's now moved upstairs. We've put a mezzanine floor in, and so the lab is upstairs, factory's downstairs. We've recently bought a twin screw blender. We're blending our own polymers now. We've launched our own brand of polymers, Solvanta.
Okay.
With created data sheets, health and safety data, technical data sheets for our own polymers.
Yep.
So we've got a blender, we've got a grinder, and we're just about to order a reel sheets, the processing line for the factory. So, and we've also got on order new lab equipment, TGA, DSC, humidity chambers. So we'll have a really professional factory for manufacturing solid wood.
Yeah, brilliant. And 2 fun questions to finish with. So, who would you consider in all of history to be your biggest engineering hero, and why?
Okay. Don't have too many heroes, but a person that I've admired as I've grown up in terms of design and technology is James Dyson,
Okay.
a British manufacturer, very functional product, but also has good aesthetics and looks great as well. So, James Dyson is up there with the people that I've admired over the years.
Really interesting you mentioned James Dyson. Back in the day when I was studying 3D product design, I remember James was his case study. He was at a different institution developing that original bagless vacuum, I think. So, that takes me back as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one invention you wish you'd invented, and why?
The road cone.
Road cone. Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Jonathan, I drive 30 to 50,000 miles a year. I'd love £1 for everyone I see on the road.
Yes.
So, the road cone, I think, is an invention I'd love to.
Could have made you rich.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. But before we go, hold on.
Thank you.
Because I wanted to let our viewers know that these appeared on the table just as you arrived, strangely enough. And if I'm not mistaken, you might be wearing some too. So
I am.
PCB socks from Sock Geeks. If these are gifts, I should be wearing mine later.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.